excited today to be walking you through creating your first products. So there's actually three different types of products you can make. So when you're in your vendor dashboard, you just click on this fun little products button and you get to your products. You can see your current live products. Then you're going to click add new product. And you're going to get to this beautiful page. So even though, obviously your product name is something you can throw in right away, but the main thing we want to look at right now is the simple products versus variable products versus external affiliate links. So a simple product is a product where there's just one variation of it. So if I'm selling a lamp and there's just one of those lamps, that's a simple product. Variable product is something that has multiple variations. So this is something like a sweater, and I'm selling the sweater in 5 different colors. Then there's the external affiliate product. So this is for vendors that have their own website. So this essentially means you still need to set up a product on our site, but it will directly go out to your website. So both the simple and variable, you'll make the purchase through our website. And then the external affiliate product, you'll make the purchase through your own website. So great. So we're going to just make a test variable product. So you would write your product name in here. If it is a downloadable thing or a virtual thing. So essentially what this means is if you have potentially, PDFs and, different versions of that PDF, or something to that degree, then you'd be clicking this. Virtual is maybe if you're running webinars or master classes, then that would be virtual. So just be sure to do that. Essentially what this will do is it will remove the shipping component of it. Then you're going to put your price, and if you have a discounted price. You don't need to put a discounted price. This is just if there's a deal on. With everything, you're going to put a service. So this is where it's going to show up in the category pages. So feel free to jump around the site and see where it makes most sense for you to show up. Lessons in education could be something like webinars, there's pets, there's jewelry, all of these things. So you pick your category and then you're going to go into tags. So you can see there's already a whole bunch here, but you want to be using things that are relevant to you. So, depending on how familiar you are with SEO, you want this to be your key keywords that you're trying to kind of go for. So marketing, every time you type in, you should see it actually show up. You might need to give it a second, and then you just click enter. And you could do quite a few tags here. I think maybe like 3 to 10 would be what we advise. Then you put a short description, you can put a long description. If you want to track inventory, you don't need to. If you do at any point run out of stock, this is an easy place you can come, put it out of stock. We're on back order, so that just kind of tells people it's coming. Yeah, then you could also do something like allow only one quantity of this product to be bought in a single order if that's relevant to you. Geolocation, so this is how it's going to show up on the map if you've randomly opened a store in a different area, or maybe you are allowing to sell to a bunch of areas, but you want this particular product to show up in a different area because that's where it's going to be more relevant. Then that's kind of something that you can do there. We have played around, or we have another video that speaks to all about setting up your shipping. So this is where the shipping classes play in. So essentially based on what you have set up in your shipping is what classes you'll see. So I can choose free shipping for this. If for whatever reason this particular item does have a different shipping class, so you only want local pickup for it or something like that, then you would do that. If it is a virtual product, you can untick this box. Taxes is going to only depend on what you specifically do with your store, whether you have taxes or not. So you can also turn those off. Linked products, so we could kind of have a thing like upsells and cross sells. So essentially on the page, it can show up with a little bit of like people commonly purchase with, and that would be a cross sell or an upsell. Honestly, it just depends on how you want it to word. And then you have attributes. So essentially, attributes are only going to be relevant if you are doing a variable product. So we're going to leave that. So we know that it's a little bit intimidating having so many options on this product page, but for the most part, the rest of this is just going to be general stuff that you can ignore. If you do want to play around with making, adding some of this stuff, don't hesitate to ask, but that is more than enough to get your product alive and functional. So then we have the variable product. So variable product, like you can see, I lose my option of downloadable and virtual. So you can't have different variations of a webinar, unfortunately, but you can have lots of variations of like a sweater. So then you're going to look at your tags. So same thing. Oh, I did forget to mention, this is where you upload your cover image. So this is the main photo for your store. And these are actually gallery photos. So this is where you can add a whole bunch of variations to it. You're not going to be able to add a photo beside each variation. So you kind of just need to put them all into just into the gallery, and then people can scroll through as it makes sense to them. Same thing, short description, full description. If you are tracking inventory, again, you don't need to fill out the section. So the main area where these attributes and variations become important is in the variable product. So you can see before you can add a variation, you need to add some variation attributes on the attributes section. So essentially what you're going to do is add your attributes. So you can see there's quite a few already written here. To be honest, we might even clean up this list, but regardless, we allow you to add your own attributes because lots of people do have differences. So essentially you can see like the attribute would be something like color. The variations would be the different colors. The attribute would be something like size, and the variations would be the actual sizes of the shirt. So you can see that like some people have played around and haven't quite used it correct. So I think we will jump in. Flavor is also a really good one. And then the variations will be the flavors. So instead of adding another one to this fun thing, I am just going to pick size. And then I'm going to click Save Attribute. So now I have size. So that's my one attribute. So I could actually make multiple attributes for size and color, but yeah. So here's attribute. So size is the attribute. Now I'm making the variation. We do want it to be visible on the product page. If you do not tick this box, it will not work out. Then we want to add in your values. So my size could be small. So we can see it's already here, medium, and large. Large. Then I can click Save Attribute. Now you can see I can actually close that and open that as I please. I can now add another attribute. Oh, that one I wrote. So you want to pick it first. So I'm going to go and pick color first. Then I click Add Attribute. Now it shows up in that same way. And now my colors are going to be purple. So I can see that purple straight up isn't in here. So we're going to add purple. Okay. green, which is already in here, and blue. Great, and now I'm going to save attribute. So you can now see I have a size attribute and I have a color attribute. So you can continue to add more attributes. So essentially, once you've added your variations, you want to, or your attributes, sorry, so size and colors are your attributes. You want to tick this box that says used for variations. Then what you can do is there's actually this button that will show up that says add attributes or add variations rather. And what I just clicked was to make variations out of every attribute. So if you don't want every combination to be available, then you can remove them, but this will automatically populate all of them. Once all of them are populated, this is where you can go in and adjust the price. So you actually do need to do this step or else nothing will show up. If all of them are the same price, you know, this is quite easy. If every single one is not the same price, then you just need to go in and adjust that. So everything will automatically be set as same as the parent. So everything that you set on that first page, sort of right down like above here, will already apply. So this page looks more complicated than it is. You actually can upload an image for that specific variation as well. So that's actually positive. I mentioned earlier, I didn't think you could. So if you do have large blue and you want to have a specific photo of the large blue sweater, that's awesome. You can do that here. Biggest thing from a local street side though is that your price is correct and that your shipping is either same as parent or if it is different, that you are setting it up here. So you do have to just quickly toggle each one of these open and add in the price. If you do have quite a few different products, don't hesitate to talk to us. You can look at importing all the products where you already have the prices added, or you can look at setting, you know, a price and things like that. So, but a lot of you guys, you know, it is just like 5 or 10 variations. This isn't too bad to just go through. Like I said, once you have the variations, once you have the attributes, the variations are actually quite an easy step. You can just see from that pop-up, if you do want to change the order of things, you can pull up. So that would just be how it shows up on the little drop down. So yeah, so I know it's a little bit of an extra step there, but you know, obviously you are choosing to have different variations, so that's just what it takes to get it all in. The last one that we want to show you is that just this external affiliate one. This one is actually quite easy. You're just going to put in the URL to the exact product. So this is not your generic store. This is the actual product page. You still upload a photo. Then you also can type in what you want the button to be. So it can be buy product, it can be listen to webinar, it could be learn about our consultation. So this is very big for services. Another small one I want to mention while we're in here is you can actually change how this shows up. So if you don't want it to just be the product name, maybe you want it to be your store name in here and your product name, you know, you can actually click edit here and change this from a link. So don't hesitate to do that. We still need to know your price. Please make sure it matches what's on your website. Feel free to give a discount. Just again, make sure it matches your website. If your discount does need a coupon code or something on your website, make sure you're adding it in your descriptions. I don't assume you're going to track inventory on look. Well, you can't even if you're doing affiliates, so don't worry about that. The only other thing would be draft versus online. So if you are still working on your product, you want to save it into draft, don't hesitate to do that and come back to it later. This is also visible, catalog, search, or hidden. So this is how it shows up. So visible is going to show up on all of the places that we show products and your own store. The catalog is going to only show up in the product catalogs. The search is going to only show up when you search for it. And then hidden is just you have to directly give someone the link to find it. So if you have a secret program running and you still want to sell it through the site, but you don't want everyone to be open to it, or it's an invite only or something, you could create that hidden product. And then you could just take the link and share it with people once it's up. So yeah, lots of options there. We'll talk about advertising and things later, but hopefully that gave you a good summary of it all. So thanks for joining us today, and don't hesitate to ask the local street team at any point if you need any more help. Enjoy the day.